Imagine this. Everything, I mean every single thing, is happening at the same time. Wild, right? Our human eye just hasn't fully evolved to detect it all, but we're evolving little by little. Now, in this video, I'll explain how we live in a strange, complex, and very real world where multiple versions of our lives are playing out simultaneously. And stick around until the end because I'll show you a simple experiment you can try at home to prove this for yourself. So buckle up, it's going to be a fascinating ride. So let's dive right in. We live in a multiverse. Yes, that means there are countless versions of you out here, each living out different choices you've made. Maybe one version of you became an artist, another a scientist, and maybe yet another stayed at home to raise a family. All of these versions exist right now in this infinite universe of possibilities. Now, I know what you're thinking. How can this even be possible? Where is the space for all these versions and so many other questions? I get it. It's a lot to wrap your head around, but when you consider that we live in an infinite universe, it starts to make a bit more sense. There's no limit to the possibilities that can exist. It's your world, and we're here to experience it all. Life on Earth can be intense. Here we experience the highest of highs and the lowest of lows, our own heaven and hell, all in one place. Earth is a one-stop shop for every possible experience. This is why it could feel so dense and challenging at times. You're here to experience both the best and the worst of times and everything in between. Now think about it. There's a version of you who had children and one who didn't, and a version who pursued a high-powered career and one who chose a more relaxed life. You might wonder, how does this fit with the idea of destiny? Well, if you're destined to have children, for example, but you didn't in this lifetime, those same souls still come into your life through, let's say, adoption, or in other ways where they still exist in your life, let's say, like a child neighbor who becomes almost like a second child because they visit or you see them often. Your chosen path exists no matter what route you take. There's one exception to all of this, though, that's suicide. If someone takes their own life, they might return to this life in unusual circumstances, but sometimes that soul chooses not to complete the contract in this lifetime. Instead, they may continue the journey in another life, learning and growing in different ways. I know it's a sensitive topic, but it's important to understand that every experience, even the difficult ones, have a meaning and a purpose. In my reality, I've had the unique experience of being a medium, seeing, sensing, hearing energies from other realms. It happens quite often, and it made me wonder, how can we prove that these other realms exist? Now, one night, as I was putting my daughter to bed, I started to notice something strange. I'd been lying next to her, listening to her white noise machine, like the constant static sound, right? And I began hearing conversations, like music from another era, old car horns, even chanting like something from an ancient tribe. I live on the outskirts of London, surrounded by farms, so there's a lot of history here, but I haven't had the time to research it much. But I've realized that through the static of the white noise, you can hear the realms of time and space in between. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for, the experiment. You can try this at home to experience this for yourself. It's simple. Get a white noise machine, kind of like this one. This is a portable version that I use for my daughter. You plug it in the back. When you turn on the noise, it's a constant white noise, or it could be like a pink noise or brown noise or whatever color noise. And you could hear how it sounds. And it doesn't have to be this particular noise that you hear. It could be one with just a constant static in the background. Now, find a constant white noise on either your phone or laptop or one of these devices. Set up a recorder. Your phone will do just fine, and let it record in a space where you've sensed an apparition or an energy, or somewhere where there's a lot of history. Record it for about 10 to 20 minutes. Afterwards, use a free program to amplify the background noise by at least 3 times, if not more. Then listen carefully to see if you catch anything unusual. You might hear voices, music, or some other sounds that don't seem like they belong, and it's not your neighbors either or your children in the room. I just surprise you, and I can't wait to hear what you discover. Thank you so much for joining me today on this mind-blowing journey. I hope this video has sparked some curiosity and wonder about the world we live in. If you try the experiment, please share your findings in the comments. I'm excited to see what you discover. And a huge thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes. Your support means the world to me as I continue to share these otherworldly phenomena. If you're a scientist with ideas for experiments, or if you'd like to collaborate, shoot me an email at confessionsofaquantumchanneler@gmail.com. Until next time, stay curious, keep exploring, and remember, you're living in a world of infinite possibilities. See you soon.